Ugh. Also, I gotta stop doing coin flips for some of the decisions. I said we're gonna play by our gut, and like, even though some of them have been difficult, we're gonna keep to the gut thing. Gut check. And as always, apologies in advance for my horrible approximations of some of the voice actors' voices. They've ended up sounding even lower than I thought they sound even lower than they do in my head. So, yeah. But I'm trying to at least differentiate. Because there's voice acting, but they didn't read everything. This is the future year, 20XDX, and romance is in the air. Or at least romance will be in the air if Iris has anything to say about it. Also, I'm not actually in that glorious 20XDX Neon Metropolis today. I'm about 134.7 miles south of it. That's much better.
Ah, just smell the sea salt, the saltwater taffy, the baking hot sands. It's just like I remember.
You've never been to Flotsam Beach before, Juniper.
Well, it's just like I remember you remembering it was then.
Definitely.
This is definitely one of my better ideas. Top 10, maybe even top 5 ideas. What a fantastic way to celebrate your success in the Funplex. As a reward for your hard work, we return to the beach where you first played Phrase Invaders, where your family spent their summer vacations.
Phrase Invaders being the rare prototype we got at the auction and unveiled. That, I believe, changes, because there's 3 games you can get at the auction. I believe that changes depending on which one you get. Yeah.
Oh, how sentimental, my heart. I can't.
I feel the need to say something pithy and dismissive in the face of her unrelenting cheer, but to be honest, I'm definitely smiling. The place holds so many dear memories for me. Before my parents lost their jobs, and we began the downward spiral of bad family luck. Oh yeah, we're cursed. We loved coming to Flotsam Beach. And coming back here, for sure, is a treat.
Yes.
This place is great. Sand and sea and that boardwalk. All those little shops and the best fried food the East Coast can provide. And arcades aplenty. And seashells and airbrush t-shirts and plastic sunglasses. And so basically, we are at the Jersey Shore. Looking more of a Wildwood than a Seaside Heights. But, that stink. Give me one of them Stinks fry dogs. I can't read the Yoshi's Pizza sign. It says the only pizza... I guess within 2 miles. That is probably untrue. Pizza places are relatively common on boardwalks on this coast, but anyway. I want to see it all. I want to do it all.
I think you're more excited about this than I am, Juniper.
You're excited too. Don't deny it, Neko. Okay, I'm going to go get changed in my swimsuit before the others get here. Be right back.
The others. Right. That was the second part of Juniper's plan, see? This wasn't just a treat for me, but for everybody associated with the Funplex. That's the arcade. You've been here before, forgive the recap. We'd have to drive down here in groups and pay for our own hotel rooms to keep the cost down, but soon enough, a Saturday outing for all staff and VIPs would become a reality. It was real sweet of her to include everyone in on the trip, too. We worked hard to make Funplex Type 2 a success. That was the event. I certainly couldn't have done it without help from my friends. Sorry, had that burp hiding there. Within the next hour, there'd be 9 of us bouncing around in swimsuits, making sandcastles, and buying cheap souvenirs and playing seaside arcade games. And hopefully not accidentally drowning in the riptides, as my inner lifeguard felt the need to warn. One day of fun in the sun for everyone. And as for this evening...
Beep, beep.
Well, Iris had other plans for me.
Well, have you decided yet? Have you? Time's running out, you know.
I pull out my phone, summoning my digital djinn. And why is time running out exactly?
I've run the numbers and calculated a 99.97% chance of romantic success if you take your special someone on a moonlit seaside stroll.
Like, I feel like it's getting a little pushy with the choices. Like, there was a chance to confess your love to somebody as far back as, like, the prior episode. I mean, I didn't realize that, in fact, we were halfway through the game at this point. So, it kind of makes sense. But it does feel a little bit front-loaded. Just a little bit.
Perfect confluence of all.
I mean, I guess there might be a lot going on in the last 2 chapters that they're trying to get us solidified. That or this is going to end up being a disaster for some reason that you have to salvage. But anyway.
Romance is in the air. Can't you feel it?
Right now, all I feel is slightly overheated. I need to go change.
Yes! Yes! Good!
That's a little
Put on
ridiculously
sexy
passionate.
Swimwear. It'll improve my projections.
You've been going on and on about this ever since finding out about the beach trip. Iris, why the sudden obsession with finding me a special someone anyway? I've turned my life around. I found a job. I found a dream even. Make something of a funplex, so let it grow and shine. You've done well helping me with that. The happiest I've been in years, honestly.
Thank you. Thank you.
Gosh, thanks, Neko.
So why mess it up by trying to date one of my coworkers or one of the regulars? I remember the day I joined the funplex. I told you I wanted to stay focused and play it cool. Avoid even thinking of my coworkers that way. Feels like a recipe for disaster. Oh shit, where you eat.
Disaster or delight? Neko, you spent weeks getting to know these people. You've even taken a few of them out to lunch. You didn't think of that as a date, but...
Maybe they felt differently?
Exactly!
I'm already super close to all these people. Closer than I thought I'd be when I first took the job. Do I really want to rock the boat by flirting with a friend like that?
The warmest hearts can be found first in friendship, I say. You already know these people. Care for them, Neko. Don't deny it. And I'm thinking they care for you, too. If it doesn't work out, that's okay. We're all adults. We can deal with
My
that.
sources say yes.
Trust me, Neko. This is your moment. You don't have to decide right now. In fact, you shouldn't. Take the day with all your friends to really think about it. After dinner, I'll finish my number crunching, and we'll have your final relationship scores. That'll help guide your decision. Let's take a look.
Yeah, I don't know, there's an obvious option there.
Behold, weeks of emotional data fully analyzed.
I've said this in prior episodes, but I really like that they padded it out with kind of interim off-camera time instead of just be like day after day after day in a week. So it's not as like crammed down your throat. It makes a little more sense.
So far, I think you'd make a good match with Naomi. You spent a lot of time with her, and she really likes you. Maybe even likes you.
She's gonna eat me and steal my shield. So that's it? It's decided?
No. The points are just a guide. And it's not like I'm gonna force you to woo someone just because they're your top match.
I like that they leave that open for you. Like, you're not locked into a path. There's actually an ending, apparently, where you can... There's one where you can romance everyone. Or actually, I don't know if it's an ending if you can romance everyone or if it's cumulative. But there is one where you can just be friends with everyone and keep it aromantic, which is kind of nice.
Still need to calculate how well your personality matches what they're looking for. That'll net you bonus points.
I haven't been paying as much attention to the color coding I thought was a thing, too. Because the stuff on the right, there's, well, 4 colors, 5 if you count neutral. And there's some, like, each character definitely has coloration to their portrait down in the corner. Iris doesn't match, obviously, because she's the AI. I don't think you can romance. But I know Naomi's green. I think Gavin, the guy on the left, was blue, which would make sense for caring and like balance. So I forget who was aggro, if that was Teo or Queen Bee or both. But I'll try to make note this time. But I mean, it's probably gonna be a Naomi run anyway.
Consider it food for thought, you know? And you've still got the rest of today to see who you're a good fit for. Maybe cram in some more time with them. Anyway, keep an open mind, yeah? By the way, according to GPS, your potential romances will be here in less than 2 minutes.
You could just call them my friends.
Fun!
I hastily jam my phone back in my pocket before anyone can hear that. Dang it, Iris. I could have just chillaxed by the sea, maybe found that old arcade where I once played Phrase Invaders and had a pleasant time. But now I need to be sizing up romantic partners? Although, maybe there is someone I've been getting close to. Someone I think I wouldn't mind being closer to, in fact. And it has been a long time since I felt like I could even try having someone to share my life with. Maybe it's time to look for love again. But for now, I decided to focus on the day ahead. Fun in the sun. Good, clean fun in the sun. Very innocent and chaste fun in the sun. Sure, I can do that, right? How did I know Teo was gonna be in a Speedo? How did I know he was going to be wearing the least clothing possible. I love that they toweled his nipples. Hello, Flotsam. Your queen has arrived. Morning, Neko. Is this a private game of beach blanket bingo, or can we join? Innocent, chaste, fun, in the sun. Your Twitch cops, he is wearing something behind the text box. Where can I set up my parasol? And how's the surf? Tay was thinking about doing some surfing. I rarely get the chance to surf these days. Looking forward to breaking out my old board and hitting the waves. Gonna play the Beach Boys all the way down here from the city to help get in the mood, but Queen Bee vetoed it. Hey, if you want a free ride in my beloved B-mobile with your board strapped to my roof, you listen to my music, Mr. Dance Pants. Oh, hey, there's the perfect spot. Let's set up there.
Catch you later.
I'd better go help her. See you there. I suddenly feel a bit inadequate in terms of proper beach bod and attire.
We're here.
Ah, good. Queen Bee brought an umbrella.
Yeah, I don't really tan so much as burn to a crisp. Honestly, I'm mostly here for the shopping in the arcades.
I'm curious to see how these arcades are run as well. Maybe I could talk to a manager, get some tips for how to handle a very transient audience.
Ugh.
I meant play in them, not to study them. Sheesh, Gavin, we're not here to work.
Can't I do both? I'll go join the others for now, though. It's been a long drive. I'd love to stretch it out a bit.
See ya.
Ooh, me too. I'm so cramped out from sitting in that van. Wait for me.
Please tell me Francine came too. I kind of want to see what beach attire they gave her. Stretching. Yes. Stretching is good. Flex those muscles.
Ooh.
All right, the beach. I haven't been to a beach in ages. Not since my sign spinning days promoting that funnel cake place. And I guess there was that one time we did a beach shoot. But that was like last summer. So yes, ages ago. Feels good to be back in the sun.
Last beach I went to was back in England. Considerably more cold and overcast than this, I'm afraid. And before you ask, because Ashley already asked again and again on the drive down here, I'm not going to explode in direct sunlight. My condition is quite stable today. He's got a heart condition.
Sorry, Percy, but you are part of the crew. That means we care about you. I promise, though, we won't treat you like you're made of glass. You're still good old Percy to us.
Much obliged.
Thanks, love. All the same, I think I'll grab a spot under that umbrella before all the good shade is taken. Also, I apologize for my vaguely British Isles accent.
As for me, the last one in the water's the landlubber.
The water! Yes, getting wet and cooling down. Oh, Francine is just, like, in the same sort of poncho moo thing.
Party!
Hello, dearie.
Hello, dearies. Afraid my bikini days are behind me, but I'm happy to be here all the same. I do so love to be out in the sun. Lovely beaches, lovely weather, lovely people. Good to see all these present and accounted for.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I rented an extra parasol and some chairs for Miss Francine and I. And for you too, Neko. Plenty of room if we squeeze in.
My, oh my.
My, how cozy.
Well, okay then. This is a new context for me to be observing these people in. But fun in the sun, right? Above all else, this is to be a day of celebration and cheer over the success of the Funplex. With that firmly in mind, I join everyone, and we get this beach party started. So it doesn't take long for the group to start splitting up. There's just too much to see, too much to do. I'm trying to decide when to save here. I know from my vacations here as a kid that you can't really try everything in one day, but unlike me, they're noobs. And as an adult, I know how to budget my time to do the things I really want to do, and hang out with the people I really want to hang out with. Despite my attempts at good, clean fun, Iris's words are still running through my head. By evening, I need to make a decision. That means if I'm seriously going to make... That means if I'm seriously going to make a move, like she's suggesting I do, I should spend my time wisely leading up to that move. So, what next? I love, like, well, I don't love, I'm terrible at volleyball. Actually, I'm not bad at volleyball, but that's exertion. And I feel like the Carney games, like, I'm worried that could go two ways. You'd get a prize and bring it back, maybe? That's for a future run, though. Well, let's just stick to the plan. In the distance, I see what appears to be a myriad of sandcastles, which makes sense. I mean, I'd be worried if it was a whole bunch of not sandcastles on the beach. During my many beach outings as a kid, there were always multiple sandcastle competitions going on. And in front of me, our own Funplex fabricators have entered the fray. With Naomi being our arcade builder and Ashley with all her cosplay craftiness, it's no wonder why these two are up for the sandcastle challenge. As I jog over to them, I see Ashley laughing over her castle, and Naomi meticulously measuring something on her citadel. How goes the castling?
Amazing!
Great! Do you see all these amazing sandcastles? They're all so cute. Properly made sandcastles aren't cute, Ashley. Oh, then what are they, Naomi? Assuming they're not just made by kids for funsies, a proper sandcastle can be a structural masterpiece.
Wonderful.
Every grain of sand must be in its proper spot or the whole thing comes crashing down. If a job's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Naomi says this without lifting her eyes away from her castle. She's so completely focused that I don't think she's blinking, even. And what exactly are you doing, Naomi?
Let me explain.
I'm making sure every embrasure is equidistant around the tower, otherwise it'll all be an asymmetrical mess. Makes sense. I take a moment to actually appreciate their castles. Like Naomi was saying, hers is pretty much how she summed it up. A structural masterpiece. Straight, perfect edges meet bold, flat walls, which produce an almost perfect medieval castle. Well, one that's much smaller and made of sand. And she even had an ocean water moat complete with a drawbridge. AKA what I used to always attempt, but the water tends to sink into the sand unless you have somebody to block it out with. Ashley's is equally impressive too. Her lines are softer and more fluffy, more like a fluffy fantasy castle. The foundation is made of sculptured sound. Every episode has had alliteration that's punched me in the mouth. Made of sculptured sand clouds. It's like an elegant castle in the sky, complete with spiral staircases encircling slightly slanted towers. You tried to do it again. So I take it you both entered the competition? Of course. You know it, Neko. You should make one too. It's not too late. I think there's still like half an hour left of the competition. And since it's at amateur level, latecomers are allowed. But both of you have made some extraordinary castles. My architectural skills are somewhat lacking in the sandcastle area. Those sound like some sad excuses.
They're perfectly good excuses, Ashley.
It's not like we're professional sandcastlers either, Neko. It's not about winning.
Naomi looks over at Ashley, who's giving her a smile, accompanied by a questioning look.
Okay, it's a little bit about winning. I mean, I'm super tryharding at this and trying to win with a perfectly constructed little castle. But for me, mostly, it's about setting out a challenge for myself and completing it properly. There's nothing more satisfying than that. Plus, we'll be here helping you do it.
How do you plan on helping me start a castle while you'll be completing your own? Sounds difficult.
We're almost done with ours anyway. Yep. If we have 3 castles in the competition, then that's one more chance for us to bring home the gold.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. Come on and join us. Join us, Neko. Join us.
But we're not a cult. Give me the goods. When I was younger, I remember watching sand sculptures. That should have been sculptors, I guess. Carefully craft their castles. Alliteration all over the place. Like, I love it, but it's gonna hurt. I would watch for hours. Just staring and all. I made my fair share of them too, trying to imitate the professionals, but they were never more than lumps of sand that vaguely indicated shapes. One sand igloo coming right up. I for sure never entered a competition. I'm not that competitive, but like Naomi said, it's just for fun, so why not? I'm gonna need a bucket, a melon baller, and a funnel. Stat.
Yes!
That's the spirit, Neko. I just put the finishing touches on mine. Let me help you get the base started.
Naomi, Ashley, and I dug our hands deep into the sand and started shoveling, pouring, and constructing.
So what are you going to name your castle?
Huh?
You can't just make a sandcastle and not give it an epic name. Ashley has a solid point. To give it a name is to give it life. I have names for all my important tools back at the shop, too.
Oh, beautiful.
My soldering iron is named Melty, and my multimeter is named Zappy. My rom burner is named Sir Romulus Romanov III.
Maybe not something quite that grand for mine. How about the Funplex? Both Ashley and Naomi bust up laughing.
That's very appropriate. The Funplex is practically a castle, right? What if we make it look like the Funplex?
It already looks like it, kind of.
That's because the Funplex is just a box and we've only made the foundation for our castle. If we carve in the sign and the double front doors... Naomi happily starts putting the details on the sand Funplex while Ashley and I cheer her on. That looks so good. Naomi, you are so good at having steady hands. You really should join me in making some cosplay. You'd be great. Making costumes does sound fun, but I'm not sure if I can handle the pressure of people looking at me. I usually work alone, you know? We don't have to do it at a con or anything. We could just get dressed up and prance around the forest. That's more my style. I think I'd like that. Well, except for maybe the bugs and the poison ivy and stuff. We continue chatting as we construct the sand fun castle. Sorry, I don't know why that term broke my brain. Grain by grain, it takes semblance of the actual Funplex. We managed to finish it just in time before the judging commences. Here comes the judge. The officiant of the Sandcastle Challenge comes towards us and looks over the castles. With an arbiter's eye, they glance over ours and nod in respect of a job well done. I didn't even realize I was holding my breath in anticipation. And once the Sandcastle judge leaves us, I let out a huge sigh. I don't think that's a very good sign, right? Nah, that means we did it. Or I think that's a good sign, right? Nah, that means we did it. We're gonna win? There's still many others out there to judge. But I'd say a nod counts nicely as a compliment. But which one? Whose sand skills will reign supreme? Neko, what do you think? Who's got the winner chicken dinner? Who, me? I'm not a judge of fine sandcastles. Just do it for funsies. Let's hear what you think. I mean, we gotta pander at this point. We don't have to, but... The precision and thought that Naomi put into her design shows it's a step above the rest. I'm a sucker for moats. From the gatehouse to the towers, Naomi, your castle is one of perfection.
Thank you.
Oh, thanks. That's kind of you to say, Neko. I agree too. Naomi did an excellent job with hers. I'm jelly of your skills, and I hope you do win. Ashley, thank you. Oh, I think they've just finished tallying up the scores. We wait not so patiently as the judge makes their round across the beach. I see them stop next to a particularly dramatic-looking sandcastle. Pulling out a bright blue ribbon, they prop it up next to the castle, which means...
Poops.
Double poop. Don't feel too down. If it wasn't meant to be, it wasn't meant to be. Oh, very pragmatic of you, Neko. We did have a blast, though. But I hate losing. We just gotta win next year, Naomi. Maybe if all three of us joined forces again, we could build the best sandcastle this beach has ever seen. We should spend some time practicing more, which means... more beach trips. I'd like that. I'm in. Great. Next year, Team Ashley is going to eradicate the competition. I think you mean Team Naomi. You two can fight over that next year. I think I'm covered in enough sand for a while. I'm going to see about being slightly less sandy. I hear you, but Naomi and I aren't done here. We got one last thing we got to do. Oh? What's that? Destroy our creations. Ha, I'll leave you to it then. I am a mighty dragon. Fear me, tiny sand people. They walk in single file to hide their numbers. Both of them smile widely at each other and laugh. Walking away, I can hear the sounds of devastation behind me. Well, I'm glad my suggestion for them to be friends worked out. I peek back one last time to see the castles come crashing down before I set my eyes forward. So, what next? I'm going to go for the Carney games and see if I can't get a prize to bring back to someone else. Oh, save. A number of little Carney-style games have been set up along the beach, independent of the boardwalk arcades. Ring tosses, squirt guns, things like that. Percy promised everyone he'd keep it low-key today, as he recovers from his heart tremor. Tossing a few rings is definitely low-key. It looks like even though he's keen to go surfing, Teo's keeping Percy company. But judging from the way those rings are just sort of bouncing off the bottles instead of landing on them, the games are not going well. Because they're all fixed. I don't get it. I'm usually much more coordinated than this. I don't think it's a matter of coordination, Teo. More a question of, well, let's say, optimization. But Percy's ring goes plink off a bottle as well. What a shame, what a shame. You boys want to play again? Only another $5 for 3 tosses. It's a downright steal. Starting to wonder if this is a steal in more sense than one. Now, nobody likes a sore loser, boys. It's all totally fair, totally fair. I swear on my mom's grave, I do.
All this old-timey carny banner's got my dander up. It does. I must confront this charlatan. Well, hey there, gents. Sorry, that's me, not him. Well, hey there, gents. How we work together to run this four-flusher out on the rail. Anything's possible when you put your heads together.
Ah, indeed.
My sentiments, exactly. I do believe I have a proposal, Teo. A word? Sure. What do you have in mind? Weirdly, the two huddle up without me and exchange a few whispers. I consider interjecting myself into the discussion, but it's over before I can try. Okay then, let's play. Teo passes over a few dollars and takes up the rings, while Percy examines the racks of bottles in detail. Teo holds back, waiting for him to finish. Usually your best odds with this is try to lob it underhand and like drop the ring down on top instead of trying to hook it. Eventually, Percy points. Right there, 3 rings rapid. That's the sweet spot. With the twist of his agile body, Teo flings his rings one at a time, and all 3 rattle their way around the neck of a bottle, ringing it perfectly. Simple enough, based on Teo's throwing angles from before and the arrangement of the bottles, I determined the optimal striking zone for him to aim for. All games are a matter of optimization, even silly little carnival toys. Melons, you've bested me, old sport. Well, I know what I'm well and truly rumbled. Go ahead and pick your prize. Well, Neko, what'll it be? Yeah, we were trying to win you a prize after all. Me? Really? This was all for me?
Absolutely.
You know it. I mean, you are the true prize here. Back me up on this, Percy. Quite so, quite so. But which one of these lesser winnings truly makes your heart dance? I glance across rows. Okay, so I get the prize. I'll take it. I glance across rows of arcade-themed stuffed dolls with curiosity. I'd say I'm a little old for dolls, but you're never too old for a huggable plush friend, and they both worked so hard for it. I'd like... Oh, you get to grab something. That appeals to one of them. We're gonna go with Moopy, though. I like to put on my robe and wizard hat. Also, I want a Mr. Moopy. Truly, Neko is an individual with class and taste. I suppose nothing beats the classics, huh? Plus, I can't deny the happy little smile Percy wears as the carny takes down my prize and hands it over. He's had a hard time of it lately. I'm happy to make him happy. Okay. Now go away, boys. You bother me. 3 of us return to the dunes, prize in tow. So, why were you two trying to win a prize for me? I mean, Percy, there's a Moopy doll back there. Right in your wheelhouse, yeah? You two, but well... We discussed it and decided you deserved a treat for a job well done. Sure, this whole vacation is a treat for a job well done, but we wanted something for you specifically. Quite right. I must admit, Neko, the Funplex is a brighter place with you around. Not to say it wasn't a bright place before your tenure, but, well, there's a true breath of life there, beyond what I thought was possible. And beyond just the hard work you do, the way you've brought us all together, well, a mere plush toy isn't really a proper reward, but it'll have to suffice. What my comrade is trying to say, in his usual poetic way, is, you rock and you rule, so you get a prize. Thanks for playing. Yes, that. Okay, I'm gonna go hit the waves. I'd offer you a board, Percy, but... I know. I promised to take it easy. Not that I'm very aquatic, to be honest. But it's good to spend time with you, considering we're usually on opposite ends of the arcade. You too. Well, wow. I didn't realize just how much I meant to them. I'm only a floor attendant, I mean, an event manager, right? But seeing everybody come together for this beach blanket bingo we've wrangled up, the bee's knees it is. So, what next? What's volleyball? Queen Bee and Gavin have taken up a friendly little sports competition here on the sand. Beach volleyball has always been a favorite pastime of beachcombers. It's fun, competitive, and what's not to love about watching the athletic people show off their, skills. Granted, when my family got together to play, we just ended up hitting the volleyball around and never really kept track of the points. But it was always something I enjoyed, even if I wasn't very good at it. Maybe Gavin and Queen Bee will let me join the fun. If I'm lucky, I'll even get to bump, set, and spike it. As I jog closer to them, Gavin is occupying the far half of the court. Closer to me is Queen Bee's side of the sand court. Easy to see that both of them have expressions of sheer determination on their faces. Gavin is cool, calm, and collected, while Queen Bee is grinning ear to ear. Both are reveling in the contest, and each is in it to win it. It takes some sort of catastrophic event for one of them to back down, like a tsunami. Don't tempt fate. Do not tempt fate, given the past few events. We've had heart attacks, near arrests, kindergartners. No. And even then, I'd bet they'd be bopping the volleyball back and forth while fighting against the wave. But this is a momentous 1v1 between two of my most competitive friends. It's unnecessary to explain Queen Bee's cutthroat nature, but Gavin, his ambition is just as fierce, even if it's less vocal. They kind of set him up as competitive with talk about his pinball stuff. You do everything for the funplex to succeed, also that. Excuse me. And he's taking that same attitude to beach sports. Are you sure you're ready for this next serve?
Yeah.
You better believe it, pretty boy. I'm ready to spike this ball so hard it'll cause a quake between your feet.
Excellent.
If it's anything like your last attempt to score, I'll win this match in record time.
That's enough talking. Let's shot it and serve it.
Hi, Queen Bee.
Eat this.
Or, I guess not. Maybe I'll just try Gavin. Hi, Gavin. Not today, Queen Bee. I'm not sure I'm going to get a word in until this whole ordeal is over. Their concentration is intense, game faces are on, and they see nothing else but the competition before them. I might as well take this time to watch them play. Hopefully, they'll notice me. Gavin... if I'd known this was going to be a thing, I would have queued up playing with the boys. Gavin gracefully executes an underhand serve with the volleyball and it glides over the net, mere millimeters above it. In all fairness, it was a perfect serve, but Queen Bee returns it with a dig up high. With enough time, she easily squares up her pose and spikes it down towards Gavin's side of the court. Gavin doesn't have enough time to respond and it falls hard in the sand. Queen Bee claps and stomps her foot into the ground in unison.
Victory.
Ace.
Technically, that's not an ace. An ace would be a point scored off a flawless serve. Queen Bee laughs and sticks out her tongue.
Technically, it's putting me in the lead.
Went on like this for quite some time, both of them volleying balls and serving quips. Meanwhile, I stood by and could do nothing but look on longingly. I just wanted to play. Not that I'm complaining much. Both Queen Bee and Gavin are the most athletic of the crew, save for Teo. And, well, let's just say the sand isn't the only hot stuff around here, to be honest. So, watching them glisten as sweat drips down their bodies, yeah, that isn't really a problem for me. It's enticing, and the gameplay isn't that bad either. Even though I've been standing here for well over 10 minutes, neither one has acknowledged my presence. This is until Gavin hits the ball straight in my direction, soars all the way to the back corner of the court and lands right at my feet. Queen Bee turns around to see where the ball fell.
Hey, Neko, that was out, right?
Oh, now I get
I
acknowledged.
think not.
That was clearly on the line, Queen Bee. The point is mine.
No, it wasn't. It was completely out of bounds. You might want to get that prescription on those glasses checked out if you can't even see that.
It fell right next to Neko, who will undoubtedly confirm this fact. You clearly had the best vantage on it. Tell us what you saw. Sure.
I'm calling it now. This is for the win. The ball is in. Gavin gets bragging rights for the rest of the day. But if it's out, then I win.
I don't think that's how scoring in volleyball works.
Oh, it's not.
Would have to be at 25 points, it must be leading by 2 points to claim victory. Right now, we are both sitting at 24 points apiece.
Yeah, but we both know we are evenly matched, and otherwise we could literally be stuck in this match all morning.
You're correct in that assessment.
I don't know about you, pretty boy, but I got shopping to do. Not to mention sunbathing and drinking cocktails with little umbrellas in them.
I see. So we ended on this last point. I concur.
The pressure's all on you, kid.
So all I have to do is make the call?
Uh-huh.
Yes. Like, I don't want either of them to kill me. The line itself is a thin rope cord held down by a simple tent peg, so I can see why it would be hard to tell if the ball fell around it. But I have no idea. It happened so fast. I wasn't expecting to be the line judge for this, so I wasn't watching it closely. Sorry. I don't think I can call it either way. How would we call it a draw? Both Gavin and Queen Bee look at each other, each shrugging, frowning, humming, and having an entire nonverbal conversation.
We've agreed.
It's a draw. But now.
We'd settle this later. In the meantime, let's take a break.
We each nod our head in agreement as I quickly grab a couple of water bottles laying on the sidelines and toss it to them. Toss it to them? Well, I guess couple would be the it. Sorry. I'm grammaring. They gladly chug down the waters and smile widely. Thank you for the water, Neko.
Yeah, I worked up quite a sweat playing. This hit the spot.
Still, I really wanted to play some beach volleyball. Guess that's not going to happen now. Both of them look quite content to relax and chat in the sun for now. As if reading my mind, Queen Bee leans down and picks up the ball and throws it directly at me.
Think fast, Neko.
I quickly clasp my hands together, squat, and bump the ball back to Queen Bee. She simply bumps the ball over to Gavin, forming a triangle. We continue hitting the ball back and forth. This is exactly how my family would play. We'd all stand around and hit the ball to each other, trying to keep it from touching the ground at all costs. Gavin, Queen Bee, and I get really into it too, and several times one of us ends up diving to get the ball, and to get a face full of sand.
Haha, I like this sand-swept look you've got going on, pretty boy.
I can see you on the summer cover of Monsieur. If you're not careful, I'll carry you into the ocean and throw you in. Then you'll be sporting that drowned rat look. Laughing alongside Gavin and Queen Bee while playing beach volleyball. It makes me feel so grateful for these friends. It was worth having to stand around for a while. What a perfect morning on the beach. We play a few more rounds of the sand as lava before we let the ball crash into the beach one last time. Very nice return, Nego. You should join us for the next match. I would if I didn't have other stuff I wanted to do. There's too much to do here, and I've got to plan accordingly.
I hear that. Like I was saying earlier, I still have to stroll along the boardwalk.
Good idea to take it as much as you can. I think I'll call it quits too.
Slow your roll, pretty boy. Can't leave quite yet.
Ah, right. We do have a score to settle.
Let's finish this.
I leave the gladiators for their final battle as I walk back along the beach awaiting my next adventure. The noon sun's high in the sky, and honestly, it's getting super hot out here, like heat exhaustion levels of hot. While this would be a good time to migrate towards the boardwalk, it seems there's one more thing in store for our little group.
Hey, Neko, it's lunchtime, and I'm getting everybody together for a big surprise. Come join us.
Whoa, yeah, you seem super stoked for this.
Of course, come on, this way.
I wonder what this is all about. They got a cake or something with my name on it. We're smashing watermelons because it's like about Japanese animes. Soon enough, the entire group is gathered. The number of shade-throwing parasols is multiplied to 4, too. Plenty of cool respite for everyone. Also new, a large cloth-wrapped bundle in the center of the group.
Gather round. It's lunchtime.
And judging from the rumbling in my stomach, it's right on time. The bundle is unwrapped, revealing a series of simple wooden lunchboxes in a traditional Japanese style. Each one's been painted a different color.
As a way of saying thanks for all your hard work and your support, please enjoy these boxed lunches, courtesy of the Funplex. And me, I made them.
An authentic Naomi brand bento? Sign me up. I reach for a box and she smacks my hand away lightly.
No.
Not yet, Neko. I made these special like. Everyone has a personalized lunch filled with their favorite things. Gavin, if you'd be kind enough to distribute them, names are written on the lids.
Sure enough, on second glance I can see the names and even little cartoon doodles representing each person. Wow, does my face really look that apathetic? Judging by the shots we've gotten of the character model, yes. Okay,
Okay, I'll start handing them out. Gavin, you first.
Let's see.
Impressive.
Plain yogurt, celery sticks, and some rice. You know me quite well. Boring and nutritional.
I colored a bit outside the lines on this one rather than sticking to traditional bento style. Enjoy.
Oh my gosh!
Sushi with some tempura veggies? Oh, and a side of miso soup. I love nothing more than traditional bento box lunch. And I love nothing more than making them.
Oh, fish and chips, of course. A little Unijack on a toothpick. And you made a moopy maze out of the chips, too.
It's not too stereotypical, is it?
Quite good.
I haven't had a proper chip shop I haven't found a proper chip shop stateside, so I'll take it. A nice little taste of home.
Fantastic.
Oh, yeah, a big juicy cheeseburger and french fries. My mouth is watering just looking at it. Yum. And it's got lots of pink, just how you like it.
A little too nasal, sorry.
So pink I can hear it moo.
This is perfect. Pita bread and hummus.
Love it.
It's a great meal that fills the belly and gives you a ton of energy.
And we have to keep your tank full. A tired Teo is not a true Teo.
How marvelous.
Oh my, this is lovely. Little finger sandwiches, some tea, and even a cupcake. Thank you, Naomi dear. It's very thoughtful. Aw, thanks, Miss Francine. I got a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Nice.
Ha, I bet you consulted with Neko on this one. I love these. Always have, always will. Actually, I just checked your Instagram. I did an analysis of your most commonly blogged food and... Can't talk, busy eating. And that leaves the one who brought us all together, Neko. For you I made
Pizza bagels. No! That's gotta be a throw.
kidding. It's actually similar to the bento I gave you the day you started the Funplex. What a reminder of how this all started.
Oh. Oh, well, thank you.
Speech.
What?
Yeah.
You should make a speech before we all dig in. I mean, you're the reason we're here.
I am?
Yeah, you are. I mean, we were doing great before you showed up. Don't get me wrong, but you know.
But you worked harder than any of us to make the Funplex the success it is today. I was content to keep it afloat, but I didn't think we'd ever manage more than that. But you refused to be content. We wouldn't be here at the beach if not for the success you led us to, Neko. So yes, I think a speech would be appropriate. Yeah.
Funplex Type 2 rocked. It really opened some doors for me. I'd still be wearing that damn black L7 jacket if not for you.
The atmosphere is so much livelier thanks to your effort. Win or lose, I'm enjoying my time with Moopy thanks to having so many great people around me. By this point, I can't even imagine the Funplex without you, Neko. Don't even think of leaving. If you do, we'll probably gather up a hunting party and drag you back. No hard feelings.
And Speedy is the one that Neko comes home to every night. I gotta say, he's doing dandy compared to before. So 3 cheers for the Funplex.
3 cheers indeed. Go ahead, Neko. You've earned the right for a speech. I'm just the silly old lady who started it. You made this happen. Free speech save strats. Alright. Wow. Seriously. Wow. Well, I've made big speeches before, like the one at Funplex Type 2. Even if this feels bigger. Way bigger. Okay, here goes. I can't be a milquetoast for this toast. It's big feelings or nothing. Alright. Hard times. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I was dealing with a deep depression, built on a lifetime of bad luck. Working in arcades seemed like a strange way to turn the misfortune around. But it worked. It honestly worked, and now I know why. The Funplex ticks along in equal parts fun, hard work, and camaraderie. You say I brought you all together, but you had this going long before my arrival. All I did was bring it into focus, and with your help, we'll continue that tradition for years to come. Well said, Neko. You have my support. I don't see that changing anytime soon. Okay, good. On a roll. Let's see what to say next. Think not of the massive sunburn you're all getting, and the itching to come. Think not of the funnel cakes turning in your stomach. Think not of the hangovers. Live in the now. This is our moment, our beach. Flotsam Beach means a lot to me. And take it from a veteran. Consequences are for wimps. We've more than earned the right to go a little nutty and have some inadvisable levels of fun here. Who wants to party?
You know, I'm always down to party. Hangovers be damned. I want to have a good time tonight.
Now to bring it on home. I've babbled on more than enough. Hunger, it gnaws at me. It saps my very life essence. Foodening calls. Oh, and I did notice the queen bee had a yellow. But I said I was going to try to keep an eye on the colors. The foodening calls, and it must not be denied. Boxes open. Devour. Consume.
The foodening! This is so cool going to Flotsam with you, Neko, and all your great friends, and this great food. And it's all so great. Let's eat, everyone.
This is the moment. One perfect moment with all of us together, laughing and talking and eating and having the best time in the world. Maybe things will change after tonight when Iris's plan to find me romance comes together. Maybe this is the high water mark. Maybe. But no matter what happens, always have this one. Perfect moment. Afternoon slides in as the gang migrates from sandy shores to bustling boardwalk. As you've had your fill of seaweed in your trousers, it's time to take a walk down the boardwalk and indulge in any number of side activities. No need to change out of your swim gear either. Unless you're going deeper into the beach town, you can just skip back and forth between the sands and the boardwalk. This is where the real action happens. Shops, restaurants, and of course, arcades. Soon enough, the group's splitting up to go try to do as much as possible. We've got time to tag along with some of them. Who to hang out with? Alright, business, candy store. They would put my top 2 in the same group. But I do like that they also remixed it a bit too. Except for Juniper. Juniper's still hanging out with Francine. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Teo and Naomi sneak into one of the shops on the boardwalk called the Sandy Bar, with little iconic saltwater taffy icons on each side. Ah, saltwater taffy. A staple of coastal life and commerce. On any given boardwalk, you're within spitting distance of at least 3 candy shops loaded with tasty treats. But more importantly, why are these two acting so childish about the whole thing? Like 2 kids in a candy store. I need to find exactly what's going on. And more importantly, I need to see if they have any of those gummy sharks in there too. As I peer into the building, my senses are overwhelmed by sweet. No, I thought there was some more words there. My teeth practically hurt from all the surrounding sugar. Covering the walls are assorted containers holding various types of candies, a rainbow of colors and confectionaries, filled to the brim with saltwater taffy and covered in chocolates. Not only do I take note of the delectable candy, but I also notice all the kitties are running around. I can't help but be reminded of the Funplex. Same atmosphere, just fewer games. I look over to the person behind the counter and give them a nod of understanding. I feel you, noble cashier, in your quest to maintain peace and order. Naomi and Teo recognize me and wave me over.
Over here, Neko.
Come help us decide what to get. I comply and go over toward them. Naomi's huddled over a table and is filling her arms with various desserts.
I want one of these, and 2 of these, and a handful of this one. Oh, what's that over there?
Wow.
Candied apples. I have to get one of those, too.
This is the best part of going to the beach. Look at how many different candies there are. I'm drifting a little more towards Gab. I could just devour them all. Now, I peg Naomi as having a sweet tooth, but Teo, with all his dancing, I would have guessed him to stick to a healthier diet. But this trip is a vacation for all of us, so maybe he's spoiling himself. So what do you think of the place? Who, me? Oh, I've been here before, quite a few times. It's the most popular candy store on the boardwalk. My family and I would always stop by right before our long drive home. After a long day of swimming, walking, and fun in the sun, a maximum sugar overdrive was the perfect way to end the day. You give me a fistful of dollars and cut me loose in here.
Whoa!
Whoa, they just let you get whatever you wanted? Dag, I wish I had your parents.
Cute. I could just see a young Neko here, running around and stuffing candy into his face.
Not gonna lie, I was a cute kid. Not so cute when overdosing on sweets, though. Both Naomi and Teo laugh heartily. I mean, they didn't exactly give me 4 knocks to blow on snacks, but it was still a little nice reward at the end of the day. As I am a creature of habit, I'd always get saltwater taffy year after year. It's just the best feeling, munching on taffy while watching the waves crash into the sand. Naomi suddenly gasps, interrupting my recollection. What is it, Naomi?
They have Competo.
I'm still confused. Is that a good thing?
It's the best thing. They're these little traditional Japanese sugar candies that look like stars and are my absolute favorite. Every time my mother would go to visit family in Japan, she'd bring me back some. But it's been years since I last had some.
He squeals excitedly and runs over to a little stand that has a cute assortment of pastel sugar stars. We follow suit and make our way next to Naomi. Teo picks up a bag and brings it closer to his face, examining them. Okay, these are quite possibly the cutest candies I've ever seen.
Sweet.
And they are so sweet.
Oh, Naomi, nothing is sweeter than you. And that's a fact.
That's not entirely true.
I have to agree with Teo. No one has brought me more impromptu lunches at work than you do.
Thank you, but these candies are still the sweetest. You should both taste these, by the way. I just know you'll love them as much as I do.
Teo and I agree with a nod of our heads, and Naomi turns around happily with an armful of candy and treats. Like a dragon with her hoard, she heads towards the register when a kid runs smack into her. In a colorful explosion, we definitely saw that kid in the arcade before. I don't know if it's actually the same. It's the same drawing. It's not the same. Probably not the same quote-unquote character. In a colorful explosion, candy spills everywhere, and Naomi falls over backwards. I instinctively go in to help Naomi up, but out of the corner of my eye, I see the kid who bumped into her, swiping candies off the floor and pocketing them.
Hey!
The classic move. We see it all the time with tickets and tokens at the Funplex. And like the arcade, this is no different. It's so overused. Teo even sees it. He elbows me and points it out to my attention. But this is not my store, not my job. Do I step in or let it slide? I'm not a cop. I'm not a cop. I mean, technically, my job is literally the arcade cop, but I'm not a cop. Even though the kid is swiping sour gummies. Cleaning up this mess is going to be more of a help than snitching. I'm sure the cashier's on it anyway. This isn't the first time a child has tried to steal candy, nor will it be the last. I go around to pick up as much candy as I can find and start putting it back where it belongs. It's like a reverse egg hunt, and much more fun than trying to find stray tokens of the Funplex carpet. Meanwhile, before he can abscond with stolen sweets, the cashier approaches the kid and asks him to turn out his pockets. It looks like they want to say something in return, but there's no way to hide it, and the kid reluctantly does so. Here's like the kid wasn't picking up stuff from the spill. This wasn't just picking up stuff from the spill. Those pockets were quite full. With more tact than I could probably muster, the cashier tells them to kindly exit the sandy bar, and the kid complies. The cashier and I exchange knowing glances. We are one and the same. Well, after that excitement, I'm ready to relax on the beach and eat some of this candy. Me too.
Me 3.
But I can't quite leave yet. There's still one more thing I must do. I need to get some saltwater taffy. It's a Bun family boardwalk tradition after all. Oh yeah, we can't break the tradition. Although if we do, I wouldn't mind starting a new Funplex Beach tradition with you.
Hey, oh please, this is one important delicious decision Neko has to make. The only correct answer would be for him to choose the cotton candy ones.
Cotton candy flavored taffy, really?
I wouldn't joke about something as serious as this.
But it's like sickeningly sweet. Even I can't handle it. I can handle a truckload of sweet.
Well, what would you choose then?
Buttered popcorn, obviously. No. No. That's weird. That's weird. Like, this is the honest opinion for me. That's weird. With the wink, that's just awful. I like a little salty with my sweet.
But that's sacrilege. I'm much more of a purist.
Getting in a fight over flavors isn't necessary. Both are great flavors, and I already know what I'm going home with. What's that, Neko? Sweeter the better, and cotton candy is on top of that list. I agree with Naomi. Cotton candy is my favorite too. Actually, I really like the orange and like basically, if it's a fruit that they've used in the Tootsie Roll fruit flavored bags. That's where it's at. The root beer ones aren't bad either. It's been a while.
Hooray!
Heathens, both of you. But of course that just means more buttered popcorn taffy for me. I think that about covers it. Shall we blow this popsicle stand?
Ooh, they have popsicles too?
Once again, Naomi's got her arms filled to the brim with candy and she nods enthusiastically. Teo's picked out some of his favorites too. We each take our turns in line, and before we know it, we're happily carrying our stash with us onto the boardwalk.
Oh, I almost forgot.
She stops abruptly, digs through her bag for a moment, and pulls out the completo. Yes, I've been wanting one since you pointed them out. Naomi opens the bag, and both Teo and I pick one out. Popping the sugar star in our mouths, both of us smile wide, enjoying its sugary goodness. Oh, that is so yummy. For real, Naomi. It's my new favorite candy. It's very good. Maybe next time I'm at the Sandy Bar, I'll get some of these instead of taffy. Next time I'm here, because with the Funplex riding high in the world, I bet we could afford it next time. And another, don't say stuff like that, you're gonna jinx it. Thank you for introducing me to a whole new world of flavor, Naomi.
Anytime, Teo. Maybe if I can change your mind on candy, I can convince you to dance a little lighter on Showtime stage. It's a delicate cabinet.
Then I wouldn't get to see you as much out on the Funplex floor.
Very true.
I've got my candy haul, so my work here is done. I got places to be.
I want to spend some time taking in the sea breeze.
Catch you later.
I need to clear my senses of sugar too. We'll catch up with you later, Neko. Once alone, I open my bag of saltwater taffy, pick one out, and eat it. I let the taste fully consume me. Now, this is a perfect vacation. Who to hang out with? I really hung out with these two at all, so... around. Juniper and Francine are looking at a little map of the boardwalk. It highlights all the shops, cafes, and art galleries along the route. Speaking of routes. I overheard them discussing it earlier in the day. It looks like they might have found one.
Oh, looky, there is one called Driftaway. Cute. Oh, and they also do wine tasting. I'm a fan of wine and tasting it.
Sorry.
A nice after lunch below is always a nice treat, isn't it?
Juniper and Francine are quite the odd couple, aren't they? But when I reflect on it, they've actually been spending some time together at the Funplex. Being the good friend that she is, Juniper often visits me at the Funplex, and most of the time her and Francine have been chatting a fair amount. Juniper is a self-proclaimed old lady at heart, after all, so it's no wonder they've bonded over knitting, cats, and costume jewelry. It's cute to see them hanging out at the beach together, too. I think I'll join them. I think like a little self-reflection while looking at ocean art to sort out my feelings from earlier today. I could use a little escape. Mind if I join you?
Of course not. Francine and I are just deciding which art gallery to visit first.
Francie's portrait is white, so that's neutral, I guess. And I don't think you can romance her anyway. Maybe you can. But I don't recall seeing an ending achievement for her. Or a romance achievement for her.
I've been in the market to find a unique sculpture made from driftwood. What better place to get one than at the beach itself?
That does seem like a wise choice.
There is one place that I must visit again. It's called Seascapes, and it's been open since I was a child. I know it's hard for you to imagine, but yes, old Francine was once young and spirited, just like yourself, Neko. I bet you were the talk of the boardwalk, breaking all the hearts.
My, oh my.
Hers is pink, which doesn't match any of the categories.
Oh ho, and Lady never spills his secrets. But yes, I did have my fair share of some of romance here along the boardwalk. Ooh, go on. This I must know.
Well, I totally mangled that voice there, too. I'm sorry.
There was this one time that I snuck out in the middle of a moonlit night to meet my lover. It was quite exhilarating. Of course, we simply had to go skinny dipping.
Please. No. Stop. There's one thing I definitely don't need to know more of. It's my boss's love life. I already know too much from my interview with Francine. TMI. So, Seascapes? Was the name of the gallery? Let's go there. Now.
Wait, I didn't catch it the first time. Did you say Seascapes? Yes, I did. The Seascapes? The oldest art gallery on the boardwalk? The one and only. There's a lot of history there, you know, Juniper.
I've been seeing little plaques and informational stands littered along the shopping stretch. Most coastal cities have an interesting past.
Ooh, that's one way of saying it. But you both know about Seascapes, don't you?
And for the past 70 years, it's had the best selection of ocean-inspired artwork that you can find along the coast.
How did you know that?
It says right here on the tourist map.
No, I'm talking about its eerie past.
Oh, sweet haunted house time.
You're gonna have to spit it out, young lady. I don't know what you're getting at.
Totally.
Seascapes is totally haunted.
Francine lets out a snort.
Be sensible.
Oh, sweet child, that's preposterous. Ghosts aren't real. But the Boardwalk Paranormal Society has deemed Seascapes the most haunted place on the coast. As the story goes, the previous owner purchased a particularly gorgeous painting. But what the owner didn't know is that the painting was being possessed with a demonic spirit. Soon after buying the art and hanging it up in the gallery, the owner got very ill. It was a mysterious illness that no one could cure. Eventually, the gallerist passed. Their ghost has haunted Seascapes to this day.
Curiosity's got me, and after having experienced some unexplainably spooky stuff in the recent past, oh yeah, Polybius, I pull out my phone and look it up. Juniper's not lying. There are several spooky stories about this art gallery.
Maybe it's haunted by the memories of the past, but surely you can't believe in such childish superstitions.
Oh dear.
Neko, talk some sense into Juniper.
What, me?
Come on, Neko, back me up on this.
Well, the truth is, 100% I am a believer in the paranormal, especially after the stuff that went down surrounding Polybius. Maybe science can explain Polybius in the end, but it's a tough sell completely passing it off as plausible only using 1986 microchips. Oh, the stories I could tell of the house I grew up in. Locked doors opening by themselves, flickering lights, and even full-body apparitions. I've seen it all.
Your ghost stories are the best. They always send chills down my spine. Tell me one again. You young people and all, your willingness to believe anything is admirable. We should stop dilly-dallying and go to Seascapes. Save the stories for the night bonfires. I gotta see a man about some wood.
I should have seen that coming, but Juniper and I hold back a chuckle.
Francine, we should work on your word choice. Isn't that what all the youngins say nowadays?
One sure walk down the boardwalk later, and we arrive at, well, okay, so that was unintentional. I don't notice anything overtly haunted. I mean, the building itself isn't dilapidated, but it could use a new paint job and a new fence. And maybe upgrade the windows. Being right on the boardwalk with wide open doorways, we can walk right in, and hopefully not have the whole thing collapse on top of us. Okay, so it's a mess of a building compared to the other shops along the boardwalk, but it adds to the historic charm. But to its defense, it does have a sign in the window that says free wine tastings, so I know Juniper will be ecstatic about that.
Yes.
Ooh, free wine tastings.
As if on cue.
So, I'm so thrilled. It hasn't changed in years. It still looks like how I remember it.
Francine takes a deep breath as a smile creases her wrinkled cheeks. The only other time I've seen her this elated is when she's talking about the funplex. She takes a moment's pause before walking through the door. Juniper looks over at me side-eyed.
Let's hope the only thing scary about this place isn't just their selection of reds.
I hold back a cackle as I push open the door. The small bell rings, as with most small shops in the strip, alerting the gallery owner of our arrival. Paintings adorn the walls, beautiful scenes of the ocean, sea life, and the boardwalk itself, each having its own unique style. There are copper statues of whale flukes and colorful glass-blown orbs mixed in among the paintings. Several people are talking in hushed tones around the gallery, and I notice Francine has already wandered over to an impressive selection of driftwood creations.
Over here, dearies. I think I found the one. Already? You've only been here for 5 minutes. Honey, when you're as old as I am, you don't have that much time to sit around and deliberate about art. You go with what feels right, follow your heart and all that jazz.
Sensible enough. Art is supposed to evoke emotion, so go with something that pulls at you.
But I wanted to peruse the art a bit more. I was hoping maybe a ghastly hand would grab my shoulder. Or maybe I'd see an actual ghost. We can stay as long as you'd like. I'm in no rush. Yes, come at me, ghosties.
So, Francine, what did you decide on? As a kid, visiting art galleries was never my prerogative, so I had no idea the amount of things you could make out of driftwood. Stick wreaths, candle holders, tables. Francine points to a heart weaved together from several sea-worn branches. Simple. And meaningful.
That's adorable. It reminds me not only of the many times my late husband and I would visit the beach, but it also reflects my love for the ocean itself. How romantic. I hope one day my partner will buy me something like that. Nico, you've been my partner in crime forever, and I want to get something to remember this trip by.
You have the coin. I'm sure Seascapes has the wares.
But what should I get? Will you help me choose something? I mean, it'd be going up in our apartment, so you should get a say in this.
Sure thing, Juniper. I take some time to go over my options. I need to find something that Juniper will like and cherish. This is an important decision. I don't want to choose the wrong thing and disappoint her. We've been through so much together, and I want her to know how much she means to me.
See anything worthwhile?
I think I found the perfect thing. What do you think about... Like, I'm worried the painting is the cursed one, though. Juniper was been talking about wine all afternoon. What's better than to just give her what she wants? And he picks a cab sauv. All right, that's a guy. I feel seen. I feel seen. What about this Cabernet Sauvignon, circa 2000X?
Aw, you know me so well, Nico. Can't go wrong with wine.
We could even drink it later together if you want.
You're my favorite drinking buddy, after all. It's just like we're back at the apartment.
Yeah, all we need now are some pizza yums. I thought Iris was going to chime in there. I was really sure we were going to get the bagel speech again.
Well, kids, I'm about done here. I don't have as much energy as you both do, and I think I'm ready for my afternoon nap. I'll walk you to the hotel, Francine. And a little afternoon siesta does sound nice, especially because there'll be lots to do later on tonight. You are such a dear, Juniper.
I think I might go back to see what other people are doing.
Taking advantage of your vacation is. Maybe you hear that? Yeah, what, dearie? It sounded like a woman saying, "Save yourselves."
No, are you sure?
I wouldn't lie about this. Didn't you feel that shift in temperature? It's just the sweet ocean breeze tickling your face. Don't let these ghost tales get to your head.
Well, you both were just on your way out, so...
Good point. See you later, Nico. Thanks for joining this old lady on a shopping expedition.
Juniper practically drags poor Francine outside the gallery as fast as he can. Or she can. Yeah. I can't read. Once out of sight, I reflect once more on the allure of art and make my way outside to see if I can tag along with the others. Yeah, after the technical issues the other night, I'm being a little more careful with saves. Who to hang out with? I want funnel cake. but I also actually like want to go to the arcade. We haven't seen Ashley in a while, so. The primary appeal of this place for me was always the arcades. I rarely swam in the ocean. I preferred indoor swimming pools to unpredictable waves. That meant boardwalk crawls, arcade games, tokens, and joysticks. Although, as I approach one of these open-air arcades, well, I don't see a single joystick.
Impressive.
Interesting. I'd hazard these arcades are 100% redemption games. I suppose if it's for the best Naomi's distracted by looking for saltwater taffy. She'd hate this place. I've noticed the industry trend away from anything vaguely resembling a traditional arcade game, and towards touchscreens and prize tickets. I suppose it was inevitable. If not for a strong showing for joysticks through the 80s and 90s, it would have happened sooner.
A game's a game, you know? I can enjoy just about anything. Oh, and hey, there's pinball. You like pinball, right, Gavin? Ooh, and skee ball. I love.
Alley rollers.
What?
What? Huh? Technically, skee ball, depending on spelling and hyphenation, is a registered trademark. These are simply alley rollers manufactured by a different company.
Sheesh, way to suck the fun out of it.
When is that going to get out of trademark, like Dumpster and Band-Aid? I think Band-Aid might still be trademarked. Yeah, Johnson Johnson still owns that one. Ah, apologies for my innate killjoy nature. Allow me to make it up to you by actually having some fun.
Is that even possible? Will your ultra cool guy exterior allow your inner softie to be exposed?
If you'll let me finish. How about a alley roller contest? Each of us gets 5 tokens to score the most points. Whoever loses buys the other ice cream.
Now we're talking. Hey, Neko, want to join in? Make this a 3-way dance?
Maybe all the joysticks are gone, but I'm certainly a long-time skee ball fanatic. I'd like to clean the floor with these two. Still. Skee ball. You're gonna get it now. Take a shot at the skee ball king. You best not miss. Okay, she's got a blue portrait. Is his blue too? Maybe his isn't blue.
That's the spirit. I can smell that victory ice cream already. And it smells like victory.
Our coins rattle into the slot, tinking along the metal chute. Oh, his is more of a green. Which would sync up with the caring option. Use yellow. I guess, was Percy red or orange? Next time we talk to him, I gotta take note. 5 tokens, highest cumulative score wins. I suppose if it's 3 players, the 2 losers split the cost of the ice cream. I remember playing tons of alley rollers back when I was a kid, roaming up and down the boardwalks of Flotsam Beach. Like riding a bike. Those are physical skills you never really forget. My grip on the gnarly old wooden ball feels completely natural, even now. We drop in our tokens and line up for our first throws. It takes a few rolls for me to find my sweet spot. But eventually, I'm right where I need to be in the scores. Which, unfortunately, can't be said of my coworkers.
Oh, come on! I totally should have landed that one hundo.
Rather disappointing.
These machines are a bit beat up from exposure and play. I wouldn't be surprised if they're unbalanced.
Or they're rigged like those carny games Teo and Percy were playing earlier.
But they aren't. I'm hitting my shots, no problem. I could whisper some advice to one of them. Maybe give them an edge. It's cheating, sure, but we're all getting ice cream in the end. Who cares? I feel like I owe Gavin something. It's been a while. I lean in close to Gavin, give him a tip. Aim for the 40-point pot, always. Gavin quirks an eyebrow at me, but seems to catch on why I'm suggesting it right away. No further words needed. The trick for skee ball is consistency. The 100-point pot is a trap. Hitting it takes precision on a clunky old game, but aim at dead center, you'll always net a reasonable amount of points. 20 at worst, 50 at best. Soon enough, the scores are in, and Gavin's won the game, scraping just slightly past me, and leaving Ashley in the dust.
Aw, butts, I lost.
Apologies.
To be fair, Nico gave me some advice. Way to rat me out! Way to rat me out!
Yellow card, foul on the play, tainted results. But you can make it up to me for having us split the ice cream 3 ways. Everyone wins.
That seems fair.
Indeed.
Most importantly, we had fun. Arcades are meant to be places where friends can gather and have fun playing with each other. Beachside or in a shopping plaza with or without joysticks, that's our goal. Let's take back a lesson today that we should always endeavor to provide fun first and foremost. Whatever shape it takes, that is our mission.
Still found a way to turn this into a working vacation, huh?
But an enjoyable one. We grab ice cream cones from a vendor on the boardwalk, swapping work stories, laughing and having a blast. Probably the happiest I've seen Gavin. At work he's all business, but here, he can crack a smile, even as he's analyzing arcades. And Ashley just exudes sunshine and cheer everywhere she goes. She's a good influence on him, clearly. The time's ticking, and I've got other stops to make. It feels good being out and about with everyone, away from the funplex, away from work. Just friends having a great time in a place designed for great times. With our newfound success, I hope we can do this more often. So yeah, they always trim one. Oh, nighttime. The rest of the afternoon passes in a blur. Soon the sun has gone down, and Flotsam Beach is a calmer place, a more chill vibe, as the day's manic energy is long since spent. I did it twice, but my mouse is a little weird. Okay. Okay. It's also clear the group will be breaking up soon. They've already changed back to their regular clothes, done with the beach as a whole. Some are talking about checking out the nightlife scene around here. Some just want to relax in their hotel rooms, and some are simply heading back to the city. Leaving me alone for a moment with my thoughts. It's been a wonderful day, definitely. Only one thing that could improve it. A risk, a daydream. But maybe one worth taking. I haven't known a few things about dreams lately.
Beep beep, Neko.
Yeah, I know. You want me to ask somebody on a date?
Only if you want to. I know he's kind of pushy earlier. I'm sorry, but if you want this, now is the moment. Everything in my calculation says that it's the perfect time.
I like that there's consent there. It's like, if this is your thing, go for it. It's a nice touch. I've got a lot going for me, but maybe something's still missing. Something more that I need from life than the warmth of friendship alone. More importantly, maybe one of them feels the same way. Maybe they feel the same yearning. Romance, love, I'm no stranger to these things. That's a lie. But those were fumbling first attempts in youth. I could fumble again. Am I ready for this? I'm still considering.
How about I run down the data while you're thinking? Let's see. Okay, after my analysis, here's where you stand with everybody and how your personality is shaping up. But now that I've had weeks to understand you better, I think you can adjust these values based on what I know each of them likes in a partner.
Now we're getting to see where things line up.
Naomi has a kind heart, and so do you. That's a plus. Gavin is honest and direct, but his bluntness hides a kind heart, and you're both kindly and steady, so that's great.
So this is all the combos you need to know to succeed.
Ashley is an open book, ready to share with anyone. She's very sincere. You're both steady.
And her portrait was blue. So, okay. So, yeah, that does make sense. Gavin's blue-green, steady. All right, this is making a little more sense now.
Percy's heart is wide open to the world, as is your own. We're both very kindly.
And Teo, yeah, I think Teo has a little bit of like the brash in him as well. Whereas Queen Bee is like straight yellow.
Teo is quite level-headed and responsible despite his smirking charm. You're steady as well. And that's everybody. In my final analysis, I think you're the best possible match for Naomi, Percy, and Teo. All three would make a fine companion for you, Neko. Naomi, Percy, and Teo all get along well with you and match your personality.
So, Naomi, Percy, and Teo. Say it one more time. Naomi, Percy, and Teo. Naomi, Percy, and Teo. Naomi, Percy, and Teo?
My sources say yes.
Yes, I'll calculate you'll have the best probability of success with them.
Numbers. All based on numbers. High score. That's it? That's all these last few months boiled down to? I'm not sure how I feel about my entire social scene being boiled down to a series of numbers based on analytics. Hardly romantic to walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, baby, we got a 93% synergy rating. Want to do it?"
It's not like that, Neko.
I'm software, right? I have to see the world through numbers. I see relationships as numbers. I see your vocal tones as numbers. And I score it all.
At least they're justifying it.
But the math is less important than the meaning. I see a number. But that number represents your free will and your heart. You chose to spend time with them. You shared good times with smiles and laughter, and sometimes even tears.
Like when those... Or no, we saved the machine.
This
at the
isn't
beginning.
like a dating website. You aren't asking a total stranger out just because the numbers match. You need to switch the causal relationship around.
I need to ask for a casual relationship?
Causal, as in the cause of. You aren't spending time with them because of the numbers. The numbers exist because you wanted to spend time with them.
Fair enough.
You've been building these relationships for months. Now, you can take one to the next level. The numbers can be your guide if you let them. But follow your heart. Above all else, follow your heart. Okay?
Somebody call VG advisor. Okay, got it.
So let's not limit ourselves here. Of all those who are special to you, which one do you want to share your heart with?
It's a big decision. But she's right. She's been watching me, listening to me, understanding me. But in the end, it's my choice, and their choice to accept my love or not. But which one do I love? Which one should I approach? I mean... Oh, actually, are they ranked in order? Yeah, oh, not quite. No, it's, sort of in order of meeting. Because Teo would be higher than Queen Bee if they were in order. But, like I've already said several times, it's a Naomi run. There's really only one choice in my mind. The one I've already told my feelings. Naomi. It's Naomi. I don't need the numbers to know that. Iris smiles at me from my phone screen.
I knew you'd say that. But be careful, okay? You two get along great, sure, but this might be more difficult than you think.
I pocket my phone and approach Naomi, ready for this at last. Why she got her work stuff? She's on the fringes of the group, just sort of idly twiddling her thumbs, unsure of what to say or do. Hey, Naomi.
Oh, hey there. Nice evening, isn't it?
Definitely, but I think I know something that'd make it nicer.
Really? What's that?
You've already seen a lot of this little beach town I love to call home away from home, but there's more to see. Quiet little shops, nice cafes, places where two people can share some moments alone. Naomi, would you do me the honor of going out with me tonight? I can promise you an evening you won't forget. She looks a bit shocked, but given what I told her back at Donnawood, not particularly surprised. And she's certainly smiling my way when she can finally meet my eyes again.
Well then, yeah? You know what? Yes. Yeah, sure.
Thank you for locking that in, because I thought this was going to shit the bed really quickly.
Yes, I would love to go out with you.
Great. She stands there as if glued to the spot, expression frozen.
So, now what?
Shops. We're going to Stink's Fry Dogs.
I've never actually, I've never actually gone out on a date, like, ever. I mean, okay, there was someone back in elementary school who poured apple juice down my shirt and then told me we were going out, but I don't think that counts.
No, that's not, that's just how you get pregnant.
It doesn't count, right?
Oh boy. I knew Naomi was a bit reclusive, but not to this extent. I was kind of joking about the pregnancy. I think it'd be cleaner to go with the don't worry. Hey, Naomi, it's okay. Look, dating's not a spectacularly complicated thing, no matter what Hollywood may claim. I've gone out on plenty of dates. That's a lie. And I like to keep it calm and friendly. We've already spent a lot of time together. Think of it as another lunchtime break at the Funplex, chatting and having a good time, okay?
Okay.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we already get along great, so it's not really a big deal, right? It's just another lunch. At night. A night lunch. Or I already had dinner, though. Okay, so where do we go for this date? Somewhere normal and date-like? So we're totally expected for this sort of thing. I insist. I'm tempted to suggest a movie, something simple and easy, but the nearest theater's too far away. Well, there's dance clubs, restaurants, bars. Please come to the bar with me. I would like some beverages. Yes, awesome. A bar, yes, that's normal. And there's a barcade here on the boardwalk. Beautiful. Beautiful, that's perfect. With games and everything. That'll be perfect. Okay, let's do a bar. You sure?
Yeah.
Of course, yes, I can do this. It'll be fine. Let's get moving.
And she's off, striding with swift purpose right down to the boardwalk. It takes me a moment to catch up, actually. That was a good sound effect they used. Naomi walks so quickly, there's not much point to the small talk. At first, well, that's good, because I'm terrible at small talk. I assume she's super excited to be going out with me. From the way she's avoiding my looks, I'm wondering if this is more nerves than anything else. I hope I haven't made a mistake. She's going along with it, making a big show of being excited and enthusiastic, but the whole thing feels a bit awkward, like she's trying just for my sake. Y'all gotta relax. Oh no, it's crowded. Wow, it's very crowded. Like, super crowded. Crap. I forgot that Naomi doesn't like hordes of people. Good idea. I make sure to stick by her side as we push through the throng to find a table. Unfortunately, the only available two-seater is near the middle of the action, not a quiet side spot. Arcades are big business in Flotsam, not just the kiddie ones on the boardwalk, but adult-focused ones as well. In fact, most of the games here are adult-focused, with bloody fighting games and... That was seriously just a topless volleyball game? Hey, if you want to go somewhere else instead. You know.
Well.
No, this is normal, right? A normal place for normal couples to go. I'm fine with this. This is dating.
Kinda normal, sure, but...
Drinks. We require drinks. Do they have diet soda? I don't really, drink alcohol.
Oh god, why did I even suggest this? In a show of solidarity, I get a soft drink for myself, too. Returning to the table with 2 glasses and 2 straws. I have a feeling if you do the Queen Bee route on this, like, it turns into a drinking contest. Naomi sips from hers delicately while studying various smutty and/or sporty and/or bloody games on offer.
I can honestly say I've never been in an arcade like this.
Yeah, me either, really. Most arcades are just like normal arcades, since children and an addition of fancy game-themed drinks.
You normally take girls to bars like these? I mean, not all the time.
I'm not saying you do that, but when you're dating? There's no non-awkward way to talk about this. Could I maybe joke around a bit, help her relax? I'm not making a hot coffee joke. Hell no. Definitely, I'm out with hotties all the time, all the time. Sometimes 2 or 3 a night. It's just beers and naked volleyball games, 24/7. That is a thing that normal humans do, indeed. It takes her a brief moment to realize I'm kidding, but...
Right, sure.
She pauses a moment, closing her eyes, trying to filter out the noise of the place, and ends up sighing in disappointment.
Oh god, this is super weird, isn't it? I'm making this super weird. The context, right? It's all about context. When you and I are hanging out, it's just laughing and talking and eating lunch. It feels comfortable, like a cozy sweater. Why does doing the same thing as a date feel so different? Why does it have to be different at all?
It doesn't have to be, I swear. Look, take it from a dating veteran. A veteran by comparison, anyway. It's not a huge deal. You just enjoy some time together. That's it. What you do is almost secondary to that. Look, I think coming here was a mistake. I'll own up to that. I should have insisted on something quieter.
Quiet or loud, that's not the problem. I want to be us. How we are. The person I care about who cares about me, and that's all. Nothing really different about it.
Okay, you know, we don't have to go out tonight at all. Could have just waited to have a really nice lunch tomorrow. Would you like that? We can call this off.
No. I also want something special, you know? To mark the night we decided we cared about the other so much that we had to make it more than just an unspoken thingy.
Aww.
But this is just, it's not us.
Naomi gets up from her chair.
I need to go to the bathroom. I'll be back shortly.
Did I just ruin this? I only suggested a bar because that's what I'm used to. And a barcade? I figured it'd have some games. She likes games, and it should have worked. There's your twist. But I wasn't anticipating disaster. Everyone around me, couples in the crowd, all having a great time, while I sit here sipping my diet soda, feeling like I just stepped on something fragile and precious. Sitting here waiting for a good 10 minutes. Did she crawl out a window in the bathroom and escape into the night? Did I go check and make sure she's okay? Eventually, I've snapped out of my blue funk when I hear something metallic clink against the table. A set of car keys? Here. I want to cast up before morning, though. Understood? What? My van. You wanted to borrow it, correct? Oh. Either he knew what was up, or she texted him.
Oh hey, you got here super quick.
Naomi puts her phone away as she returns, apparently having just called up Gavin with it.
Yes, we'll get some gas on the way back, I promise.
Good. I don't loan my conveyance out to just anyone, you understand.
Take this matter seriously.
Drive under the speed limit and take care at any red lights. If you need me, I'll be back at the hotel.
Thanks. Thanks so much. Later, Gavin. Okay, let's get going, Neko.
What?
Woohoo!
On our date, silly. I'm changing the parameters a bit, but it's a surprise. I can't tell you where we're going just yet, but I think you'll like it.
You're tying me up and throwing me in the back of a van before speeding off into the night? Okay, I could get into this.
Relax. I'm not planning on selling your kidneys. Well, not tonight anyway. Let's roll. It's dating time, Naomi style.
And we're off, leaving the lights and noise of Flotsam Beach in our wake. For a really loud automobile sample. Given our destination is meant to be a surprise, I decided not to prod too deeply into it, or on it, and instead focus on suddenly cheerful Naomi. Quite talkative now that she's got a clear idea of what she wants to do.
And then we drove right into the lake. Well, it's more of a pond, just some place to feed the ducks, but it felt like a lake. The water was up to our ankles when the car finally stopped anyway. That's the last time my college roommate let me drive her anywhere.
This particular story time is not filling me with confidence about this voyage, Naomi.
Let me explain.
My point is, it's not like I haven't gone out and had fun before. Even an electrical engineering student in college, a total nerd like me, has hit the town once or twice. It's not exactly my thing, but once we're really settled in together, I wouldn't mind taking another crack at the whole social mixer scenario like we tried tonight. But for our first time together, I want it to be special.
So you're saying... You feel that strongly about me? This lark of mine is to go out on a date? This could be something greater?
Aw, jeez, you're making me blush again. Listen, I don't know much about this stuff, but I know that I like you, and I never do something half seriously. So if we both want this, I want to be all in.
So do I. I'm all in.
Okay, I promise to do right by you, and you promise in turn, so we'll be okay. No, we were okay before. We'll be even better.
Tables have turned, with me being the one a bit confused by everything, and Naomi feeling totally in her element. Which is only fair, honestly, and knowing her, by the time the evening's out, we'll both be on the same level. I like that this isn't just like a fart away to like one cutscene. It actually kind of established context and progress.
We're here.
About 20 minutes out from Flotsam, the van pulls into a largely empty parking lot of... Thank you. This is more my kind of bar. Empty. But this one isn't on the main strip of a beach town. It's not packed with a crowd. It's not even packed with a tiny percentage of a crowd. Aside from the bartender and someone passed out on a bar stool, there's nobody here. And there's a local drunk. Oh man, this is absolutely what I'm used to. And Naomi's put on her usual tool belt for some reason.
Hi.
Hey, Sam.
Hey Naomi, it's good to finally meet you in person. And this is your boyfriend? The question does pause her constant forward momentum for a moment.
Yeah, he is.
Clearly she likes being able to say that, judging from her smile. Great, okay, it's right over here, good luck. Sam leaves his post behind the bar to lead us to one of the few old arcade games left in the place. A very beat-up looking Pango arcade game with no light behind the marquee and the monitor dead. Okay, so because we go back a ways, we'll make it about $50. Fair enough?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, do you mind if I tinker with it before we load it in the van? Oh, we just got a new machine for the place. I brought some of my tools with me.
Suit yourself. It's been a quiet night around here. Naomi whips a multi-tool out of her apron and starts undoing the screws in the back of the cabinet.
Hey, help me with this, yeah?
Right. We get the back pried open, and I use the flashlight on my phone to help her peek around inside the dusty old game.
I don't think anything's completely shot. The monitor may need some adjustments, but what's stopping it from booting is probably just a power supply issue. I should take the shotgun approach and totally recap the monitor, though. This model tends to fizzle out again and again without modern parts.
Okay. Naomi, what exactly is going on?
Our date, silly. We're going to restore this wonderful old Pango and bring it back with us for the glory of the Funplex. I met Sam through a retro arcade enthusiast community online. He's one of the few people who didn't treat the new girl like a joke, and we've been talking ever since. So when I was in the bathroom of that bar, compulsively checking my messages while trying to figure out how to salvage this date I ruined, I thought he was going to dump his old Pango. Since his place was only a quick ride from Flotsam Beach, I decided it was Providence, a sign from the heavens to bless our first date.
You and I share a love for these games, and I can't think of a better way to celebrate our love than to rescue one of my favorite games of all time from the junk heap. So that makes complete sense now that I think about it. You share your feelings by sharing your love for games. It's not just a job, it's your calling. It's the greatest expression of Naomi-ness that Naomi can achieve, so you wanted to share this special game with me.
I knew you'd understand. Pango is special to me. I loved it when I was a little girl. I even handmade my own Pango plushie. Not a Pengy, but a Pango. With his little bow and his little bow tie and everything.
I don't think I've actually played Pango. I mean, I know I'm aware it exists, but I don't think I've ever played a Pango.
It was never really a super popular game. It's not up there with the greats, the ones every arcade collector recalls with nostalgia, but it's my game. I love it. I love it even if nobody else does. Moment in time, this place, being so close to a Pango in need. I knew this was right. This was exactly where I wanted to be, with you. It's a quiet little place. It's just you and me and a few drunks and Sam, but otherwise, just you and me. We've got all night to relax and enjoy ourselves, although technically we should probably get back before it's super late or we'll be a wreck tomorrow. It's a very Naomi date, to be sure. Practical, comfortable, and pleasant, mixing our loves of arcade gaming and good company together. For the next few minutes, I work with Naomi to try and diagnose why the Pango isn't turning on. I ask questions, she gives answers. It's definitely the power supply. I smelled something funny from that unit there when we tried to power it on.
Can we really fix this thing right here and now?
Sure.
Sure, it's not really that hard. Let's see.
He's happy. I'm happy. I hadn't really hung around with her around in her workshop before while she was tinkering. I'd just pop in for lunch or to say hi. But if she's this full of joy, even through the frustration of diagnosing some obscure little electrical problem, it must be a joy to be around her during those times. Hey. Naomi, would you mind if I spent more time in the workshop back at the Funplex? Honestly, it's a joy to watch you work. Specifically, it's a joy to see you experiencing such joy. As my cat sounds like she's destroying something. Oh wait, no, she's allowed to scratch that. Pardon the popping in the background if that's picking up. Everybody loves the Funplex, sure, but it feels like it's a home for you. That's the impression that I get. Sorry. Anyway, and I'd love to share that home with you.
Aw, Neko, that's nice to hear you say. It's very much a home to me. It's all I've ever wanted from life, to be around these great games, to really give them the love they deserve. Maybe I could teach you a few things, too.
Can't hurt to learn more about the business, if you don't mind me taking up space in your workshop, of course.
Oh, I don't mind the company, not one bit. And an extra pair of hands is always welcome. If Funplex ever expands, I'd need the help. You know, that's something I'd love to see. We're doing great, aren't we? Not just as a couple, I mean, as a Funplex. What do you think of expanding?
Miss Naomi, are you using my affections just to get a bigger workspace? I feel so cheapened.
Goof, you know what I mean. The Funplex is soaring, thanks to things like Funplex Type 2 and getting Raise Invaders. I can see a future for us, building a wonderful arcade together. I mean, look at how the Funplex was founded. Miss Francine and her husband opened it together as a couple. It could be that for us, too.
So beautiful.
It's gonna burn down by the end, isn't it?
I can't imagine a better future than that. It's my dream. Isn't the Funplex your dream, too?
My dream. It wasn't at first, but as the days go by... Go all in. The place isn't my dream. It was the dream that brought me to the dream. And that dream is you, Naomi. It's cute when you blush like that. I should make you do it more often.
Hee. Thank you, Neko. Maybe you're not as into arcades as me, but that's fine. You're my dream, too.
Gently, Naomi squeezes my hand, and with the other hand flicks the power switch on. Pango plops. Pango pops to life, the marquee lighting up, the screen displaying a fuzzy afterimage of penguins and ice blocks.
Woo!
I'm a genius. Okay, there's probably still something wrong with the monitor, but I can fix that when we get home. Speaking of getting back, we should get this loaded into the van and haul it back to Flotsam. I don't want to worry Gavin about his precious van. Sam, can we borrow a dolly to roll this out of here?
Help yourself. Working together, we move the game into the back of the van. I kind of like that the different levels seem to jump around lengthwise too. Like the prior one was like 45 minutes, and we're almost triple that now. Under cover of darkness, Naomi drives us on home. I can't help but turn her words over in my head.
Look at how the Funplex was founded. Miss Francine and her husband opened it together as a couple. It could be that for us, too.
For the longest time, I'd assumed all my spirit needed was stability, a good job, a way to break the family curse. Then I'd seen that job as more than a job, something of a calling. How far was this road going to lead me? It already led me to Naomi's arms. Are we destined to be like Miss Francine, to live and love and grow, all under the roof of an arcade? I'd have laughed off the idea only a few months ago. Now, I'm smiling at it.
Hey, penny for your thoughts?
Quarter, actually. Huh? No need to go that far tonight, though. It's still a first date. Pondering spending the rest of my life with Naomi is premature. Even if that's making me smile, too.
We're almost there. Do you want me to drop you off at your hotel before I park the van at Gavin's?
An insistent buzz in my pocket reminds me of something. Actually, we've got one stop to make together after parking the van.
Oh, what's that?
You'll see. This one's my surprise. Iris was right. A 99.97 chance of romantic success if you take your special someone on a moonlit seaside stroll. Ugh, I can't talk. With Naomi by my side, watching the waves gently roll into Flotsam Beach. I feel completely at peace.
Hey, Neko.
Let's take another try at dating soon, okay? But this time, we'll just get drinks and talk, or go to the movies, or anything. Even if there's other people around. I want to expand my horizons. Just a little. Just a little. And if I'm doing that with you, I know I'll feel more comfortable.
I really wish you could get different outfits for your character eventually, but whatever. Sure thing. Are we buying a new game every time we go out?
Maybe, but I'm pretty sure that gets super expensive super fast.
Hey, you're the one who wanted a bigger funplex.
Huh. Maybe in the future. For now, just being with you is enough. Thank you.
It's
Thank you
cute.
for all of this. I'd put off even thinking about a love life for so long, assuming it just wasn't in the stars for me, that I'd have to learn to be content and alone. But now, I'm not sure why I ever felt that way. Thanks for being my player, too.
Oh, it's a little corny. We share a little laugh at the joke and quietly watch the waves roll in. Corny but in character. And that's how Naomi and I found each other. I'd called our lunchtime party the high water mark, one perfect moment in time, but I was wrong. This was it. And in the difficult weeks ahead, I knew it was going to go south. I'd cling to that high water mark in hopes the wave would roll my way again. Thank you for leaving it ambiguous as to whether it's going to roll that way again. Alright, so that's... Did we give you both Chivos here? No, it just gave me... It looks like it just gave me the one for the chapter. Maybe it may... Oh, I might just, evaluate your romances at the end? I'm gonna go use the restroom and determine whether we're gonna go for another round.